Welcome to Book Reviews, where we explore the best books across every genre. I'm Joanna McCann. I'm joined as always by Gerald LeBlanc. Don't forget to grab your free copy of the audiobook using the link in the description below. Let's get started.
All right, so today we're going to do something a little bit different for this deep dive.
Okay.
We are going to be taking a look at The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rees.
Right.
But instead of like a full-blown discussion, we're just going to do a spoiler-free sneak peek.
Oh.
We're going to be using excerpts from the book itself to give you a little taste of the writing style, the atmosphere, and the intriguing premise.
I like it, yeah. It's a really good way to get a feel for the book before committing to the whole thing.
Exactly. And trust me, this one's worth buckling up for.
Oh.
We're talking about a high-powered defense attorney who finds herself defending her own husband, who is accused of murdering his mistress.
Whoa. Okay.
Talk about a page-turner.
Yeah, so the excerpts already kind of give us this really interesting dynamic between Sarah the attorney and her husband, Adam.
Okay.
So she's very driven, ambitious, immersed in her career.
Yeah.
While he's kind of a struggling writer who seems to really crave her attention and wants a deeper connection.
Right from the opening scene, you can feel that tension just simmering underneath the surface of their marriage.
Oh, sure.
Sarah's working late Adams all alone at their lake house.
Uh-huh.
And there's this palpable sense of distance between them.
What I think is really striking is how the author uses these contrasting settings to almost mirror their emotional states.
Oh, interesting.
So you have Sarah, who's confined in this cold, sterile environment of her office.
Yeah.
And then you have Adam, who's yearning for her presence in this really idyllic, almost romantic setting of the lake house.
And it's not just the setting. We even see Sarah trying to bridge that distance with lavish gifts for Adam.
Oh, yeah.
Like that super expensive watch.
Right. It makes you wonder, is she trying to compensate for not being there enough? Is it guilt? Is it a genuine expression of love? Or is it a little bit of both?
Right.
The excerpts are clever because they leave us questioning the nature of the relationship.
Do we get taken back in time through these flashbacks to their college days?
Yeah.
They were both so ambitious, full of dreams and aspirations, but it seems like their paths kind of diverge somewhere along the way.
I think these flashbacks are so well placed because not only do they give us that background for their current relationship, but they also hint at that shared history, a passion that they had that seems to have fizzled out over time.
Right.
And it just makes you wonder what happened to lead them to this point.
Then, of course, we have Kelly the mistress.
Yeah.
We get these little glimpses into their passionate but troubled affair.
Right.
It's clear there's a strong connection between them.
Yes.
But there are also these hints of secrets and a darker side to Kelly's life.
I think the author does a fantastic job of weaving in these multiple perspectives, allowing us to see the story through Sarah's eyes, Adam's eyes, and even Kelly's eyes.
It's true.
And we get to really understand, the complexities of each character, their motivations, and the secrets that they might be hiding.
And just when you think you're starting to understand these dynamics at play,
Oh, yeah.
Adam is arrested for Kelly's murder.
What?
It changes everything.
It's a total game changer.
This pivotal moment throws everything into question.
Right.
And it really plunges us headfirst into the heart of this mystery.
Absolutely.
Is Adam truly capable of murder?
Yeah.
Or is there something even more sinister going on?
Could he be being framed?
That Sarah is stuck in this impossible situation.
Oh, gosh.
She's a defense attorney, but now she has to defend her own husband.
Yeah.
Talk about conflict of interest.
Oh, my goodness. It raises such a fascinating question about, the limits of loyalty and professional duty.
Yeah.
Can Sarah separate her personal feelings from her legal obligations?
Right.
Can she be objective when the stakes are this high?
Yeah.
And her own husband's life is hanging in the balance.
And we see her grappling with this inner turmoil in the excerpts.
Yeah.
She wants to believe Adam is innocent.
Right.
But the evidence is stacking up against him. And even Sarah begins to have doubts.
And then there's that detail about the hidden note and a photo found in Adam's desk.
Oh, right.
Which seems to hint that someone might be trying to frame him.
It's like this tangled web of secrets and lies.
Yeah.
And it's slowly unraveling.
Totally.
We are left wondering who to trust
Yeah.
and what really happened.
Geneva Rose really knows how to build suspense.
The pacing is excellent.
Yeah.
You're constantly on the edge of your seat wanting to know the truth.
Yes.
But she gives out the information bit by bit, and the writing itself is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Sharp, engaging, and you can feel the tension and suspicion just seeping from the pages.
What I think is also really cool is how she uses vivid imagery and subtle symbolism to create this sense of foreboding. Like, even these seemingly insignificant details add to the atmosphere of suspense.
Right.
And it leaves you feeling like something isn't quite right.
These excerpts have definitely left me wanting more.
I bet.
I need to know who killed Kelly. What secrets are lurking beneath the surface of Sarah and Adam's marriage? And who else might be involved in this plot?
And that's the beauty of this spoiler-free approach.
I know.
We've only scratched the surface of the story.
Right.
But it's enough to spark our curiosity and make us want to read the full book to get all the answers.
So what are your initial impressions from these excerpts?
Sure.
What stands out to you about the characters, or like the potential motives?
Well, for me, the complexity of the characters really shines through.
Right.
They're not simply good or bad, innocent or guilty.
Right.
It makes it so hard to predict where the story is going and who could be responsible for Kelly's death.
It's true. And the way that she plays with our expectations, we're led to believe one thing only, to have that completely shattered when new information is given. She's a masterclass in suspense.
Totally. And I also really appreciate how these excerpts are so brief.
Yeah.
But they offer this really nuanced look at ambition, betrayal, and the search for truth.
It's clear that The Perfect Marriage is so much more than just a thriller.
For sure.
It's a story that explores the complexities of relationships.
Yes.
And the choices we make when we are faced with these impossible situations.
Absolutely. It's a story that'll stay with you long after you finish reading it. It really makes you examine your own assumptions about the world and the people in it.
And it all starts with these little excerpts.
I know.
They offer us this glimpse into this world of secrets, lies, and a marriage that is anything but perfect.
It really is anything but perfect.
Well, it makes you wonder, you know, if you were in Sarah's shoes, having to walk that tightrope between personal feelings and professional duty, how would you even navigate that?
It's tough, right? That's what I think is so brilliant about these excerpts. They put us right there in Sarah's head as she's wrestling with all of this doubt and suspicion. You know, remember that scene where she visits Adam in jail for the first time?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the emotional turmoil is palpable.
Oh, absolutely. He's pleading with her. He's desperate for her to believe him.
Right.
But you can almost see her legal mind just like dissecting every single word, looking for those inconsistencies, any sign that might betray the truth.
It's almost like her legal training is this barrier between them that keeps her from really connecting with him on an emotional level.
Yeah.
It just highlights that conflict she has throughout the whole story, you know, the struggle between her heart and her head.
It's true. And it's not just Adam that she's questioning.
Right.
The excerpts also give us some pretty interesting details about Kelly's past.
Yes.
Hinting that her life wasn't as simple as it seemed on the surface.
Yeah, that's a really important point. You know, we find out that Kelly had a history of violence. She was even accused of killing her first husband.
Whoa, wow.
But they couldn't prove it.
Wow.
But it definitely casts a shadow of doubt on her portrayal as this innocent victim.
Exactly. It raises that possibility that maybe she was involved with something dangerous, something that ultimately led to her death.
Yeah.
Maybe Adam wasn't even the intended target.
It's true. It's like a puzzle where the pieces keep changing.
Totally.
Every time we get new information, it forces us to reevaluate everything.
Yeah.
All of our assumptions about the characters and their motivations.
And speaking of shifting pieces, let's talk about Anne.
Okay.
Sarah's seemingly loyal assistant.
Right.
The excerpts kind of hint at these cracks in her facade.
Oh, really?
Suggesting that she might have her own agenda.
It's fascinating how her behavior kind of mirrors Sarah's in some ways.
Interesting.
You know, remember how Sarah, driven by her ambition, tries to control the narrative? She offers Adam a plea deal even though he says he's innocent.
Right.
Well, Anne kind of does the same thing when Sheriff Stevens questions her.
Oh, you're right. She deflects and manipulates. It's like she learned from the master herself.
Exactly.
Makes you wonder if Sarah's influence goes beyond just the courtroom.
Right.
Like maybe it shapes the actions of everyone around her.
It's a really interesting question about the nature of influence. How much are we impacted by the people that we're close to?
It's true. Then we have Bob.
Yeah.
Sarah's colleague, who seems to really enjoy undermining her.
It seems like he has this personal vendetta against Kelly.
Right.
Stemming from a past relationship that she had with his brother.
Oh, wow.
It didn't end well.
It adds another layer to this whole thing.
Totally.
It makes you think about his motivations for going after Sarah.
For sure. It's like there's this power struggle going on in the middle of this huge murder investigation.
Right.
Bob sees an opportunity. He sees Sarah is vulnerable and wants to take advantage of that.
Right, to prove that he's the better attorney.
Exactly. And even with all these shady characters around her, Sarah is still determined to clear Adam's name.
She is.
Even if it means bending the rules a bit.
Like when she goes rogue and interrogates Jesse.
Oh, yeah, the coffee shop worker.
Yeah, who had a crush on Kelly.
Right.
Such a bold move.
It really shows how far she's willing to go to get to the truth. She doesn't care about the legal system. She'll do whatever she has to do.
And the excerpts are just packed with these little clues and potential red herrings. The burner phone, the threatening note, missing evidence from Kelly's first husband's case.
Wow.
It's like we're putting together a puzzle.
Yeah.
But the pieces keep changing shape.
I know. That's what makes it so good.
Yeah.
You never know who to trust or what to believe.
And then, of course, we have Adam's escape from house arrest.
Oh, my gosh, right?
So shocking.
It makes you wonder if he's innocent. Why would he run?
Exactly. What is he hiding?
It's a question that stays with us.
It does. Does his escape mean that he's guilty?
Yeah.
Or is he just a man who's been wrongly accused and he's trapped and can't control what's happening to him?
It seems like the pressure of everything is really starting to get to him.
Yeah.
And he's making some rash decisions.
And he just gets more and more erratic as the investigation goes on.
He does.
Lashing out and making these bad choices, pushing away the people who are trying to help him. It just makes the mystery surrounding him even deeper.
And then it all builds to that crazy climax in Sarah's office.
Oh, yeah.
The accusations, the betrayals.
Right.
Everything we thought we knew about the characters just blows up.
It's like the truth was right there in front of us the whole time.
Right.
But it was hidden under all these layers of lies and deception.
Yeah. The characters we thought were the victims might actually be the masterminds.
Right. And the ones we thought were innocent might be the ones with the darkest secrets.
It's crazy how many layers of deception there are.
It really is.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if anyone is actually who they say they are.
Right. And that's what makes it so captivating. We're always questioning our own perceptions, having to reevaluate everything as we get more of the story.
We got these glimpses of Sarah's ambition, her fierce determination. But those final excerpts, they reveal a side of her that is truly chilling.
It's wild.
Complete 180 from the devoted wife that we thought she was.
Geneva Rose is so good.
Yeah.
She lets us think we understand these characters, and then bam.
Right.
It turns out Sarah was the one behind it all.
It's crazy.
And it is mind-blowing.
It makes you go back and think about everything you read in a totally different way.
Yeah.
Like all those expensive gifts for Adam, her working so hard on his defense.
Right.
It all seems so sinister now.
It's like watching a magic trick in reverse.
Oh, interesting.
You see how it ends, and then the magician shows you how they did it.
Right, all those little manipulations.
Exactly.
And those flashbacks to Sarah and Adam in college.
Yeah.
All those dreams they had together. It all seems so tragic now.
So sad.
Like even the most promising beginnings can have this darkness underneath.
It shows you how dangerous ambition can be. Like it can warp your mind and make you justify doing terrible things.
And that last scene with Sarah visiting Adam on death row.
Oh, man.
Just so cold.
I know.
The way she's so calculated and cruel.
She's getting some kind of sick pleasure out of it.
Yeah, like she enjoys knowing that he'll never know the truth about her.
And the fact that she dedicated her book, the one about her twisted philosophy, to her father,
right?
The guy who built her that desk where she planned the whole murder. Chilling.
It's like this darkness has been passed down for generations.
It makes you wonder.
So after this little sneak peek,
yeah,
what should our listeners be ready for?
Well, they better be ready to have their minds blown.
Yeah.
This is not your average thriller.
It really isn't.
This book is like a maze.
Right.
And everyone has these secrets that could ruin their lives.
You'll be guessing until the very last page.
Oh, for sure.
Trying to figure out who to believe.
But it's more than just the twists and turns.
Right.
This book makes you think about the dark side of human nature. Yeah. The power of ambition.
It shows you how far people will go to protect themselves. Even if it means hurting the people they love.
It's a warning, It
is.
Even the people closest to you can have these deep, dark secrets.
So if you're looking for a book that'll keep you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
And make you question everything you thought you knew. Then you need to check out The Perfect Marriage.
Just be ready for a wild ride.
We warned you.
We did.
Well, that's it for our deep dive into The Perfect Marriage.
That's a good one.
We hope this spoiler-free preview got you interested.
I hope so.
And gave you a little taste of the craziness that Geneva Rose created.
Happy reading, everyone.
And remember, sometimes the most perfect-looking things can be hiding the worst secrets.
And that's our summary for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to grab your free copy of the audiobook using the link in the description below. See you next time.